My name is Mike Myers. Perhaps you recognize me from my recent motion picture, Wayne's World. Thanks. As you can see, I'm on the set of my new film in which I play a young fellow named Charlie, who gets a little more than he bargained for. For example, there's suspense. There's action. And of course, there's plenty of romance. Oh, did I mention the axe murderer?
Hello, sweetheart.
Missed me, darling?
Thank you. Hit it. Okay, man. Scott finds a handy lass to bed, mystery, mayhem, all in his head. A darling lass, secrets galore, what else there to adore? Is she good? Is he mad? Is this poem really that bad? Yes, to which I will say, sit down, shut up. I'll hit play. So I married an axe murderer. Well, yeah, I was young. She was beautiful. Kept things interesting, I'd say. Anyway, we're not here to discuss my personal life. We're here to talk about the movie. So I married an axe murderer. Just imagine what Hitchcock making a parody of his own films would be like if he decided, hey, we could use a bit more Mike Myers. But with a title like that, it must be gory, so roll credits. You know, I was picturing something kind of American Psycho with little droplets of blood, or maybe just some gore, some dark, menacing tones. Not There She Goes. This is one of those romance thingies, isn't it? Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's meet our main characters, shall we?
Excuse me, miss. There seems to be a mistake. I believe I ordered the large cappuccino. Hello!
This is our main character, Charlie. He has some commitment issues, and he's Scottish. Other than that, can't really tell you much. Everything else about this guy, you don't really figure out. He has a commitment issue, and seems to be independently wealthy with tons of spare time. I mean, tons. He, for all I know, is the axe murderer. I mean, what do you do for a living, Charlie? What do you do? And Tony, whose biggest problem is his boss is too nice.
Tony, I don't want to intrude, but you seem a little down.
You're too nice.
I'm too nice?
Yes, you're too nice. Why can't you be like the captain on Starsky and Hutch?
I remember those days when your boss was too nice. You kids today have it too easy. People had to pay for that sexual harassment.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our own Mr. Charlie Mackenzie.
Also, Charlie's a poet, sort of.
Woman! Whoa, man! Whoa, man!
Dig that sick track, Daddy-o. I don't know what I'm doing.
Do you have haggis?
Yes, we do. One?
Yes, please.
Oh, he's getting haggis. We get it. You're Scottish. Or chip off the old block. A surprisingly small chip off the old block. You know, I think they should really update that wall. It's missing a few pictures. This scene introduces us to the best character of all time, Stuart Mackenzie.
I hated the Colonel with his wee, beady eyes.
I like this one, Charlie. She's quite a filly.
Look at the size of that boy's head. It's like an orange on a toothpick.
Do you link your own sausage?
He! Hands! Now!
God, I love this man.
Well, it's a well-known fact, Sonny Jim, that there's a secret society of the 5 wealthiest people in the world known as the Pentaverate, who run everything in the world.
So who's in this Pentaverate?
The Queen, the Vatican, the Gettys, the Rothschilds, and Colonel Sanders before he went tits up.
He's right, you know, the Pentablet. Guess who runs the whole thing? And it's not the Illuminati.
Pregnant man gives birth.
Hey, Mom, I find it interesting that you refer to the Weekly World News as the paper.
Ugh, Weekly World News. Sons of bitches been trying to get dirt on me for years. Pox in their houses saying, "Ah, pox!" Where were we again?
Mrs. X, the honeymoon murderer. She marries men under fake identities, and then she murders them. Now, she's murdered 3 men already. Look, victim number 1 was a lounge singer. Victim number 2, a Russian martial arts expert. And she's also killed a plumber named Ralph Elliott.
Ah, yes, Mrs. X. And now the story can begin. Or has it begun? Is it in the process of beginning? So with his seemingly never-ending amount of free time, Charlie decides, hey, I might as well low-key stalk this chick. And with the coincidence to end all fucking coincidences...
Busy, eh?
It's insane today.
Yeah. Hey, you know, my dad's a butcher, and I used to work at a shop.
Turns out his dad at one point was a butcher. What are the chances? I smell a montage! During the montage bit, Nettie Travis did cut off part of her finger, and she wears a bandage for the rest of the filming because she got distracted by Mike Myers' antics. I honestly hope that this scene was not in the script.
Get the school nurse. Get the school nurse. Help me. There was an accident in shop.
They go on a pretty realistic first date.
How many people have you brutally murdered?
Brutal's a very subjective word. I mean, what's brutal to one person might be totally reasonable to somebody else.
See? A completely normal first date. Wait, you don't go on dates like that? You don't ask you about murderers or brutal killing? The fuck have I been seeing? Like any man who can master his own meat, he gets the girl pretty easily.
I want to spend the night together.
Well, it's time for Paraguay's favorite game show, Context!
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going alright.
Alright.
I like your makeup.
Thanks.
It's really cute.
Well, I tried.
Oh wow.
Do you know how the game works?
I thought I was coming here for like coffee or something. I had no idea what's going on.
Well, I'm going to play you either a video clip or a sound bite, and you have to discern the genre of the movie that comes from. It could be comedy, horror, or porn.
Alright, I'm excited for that last one, so let's get to it.
So you ready?
I think so.
Alright. Context.
Alright, well it sounds like someone's getting pleasure.
Now, what's that genre?
This is from Scary Movie.
No?
This is from one of the Scary Movie.
No?
No?
No.
It sounds like the blonde chick from the Scary Movie movies. I want to say comedy.
Huh?
No.
So I married an axe murder.
Ah. Okay.
You win. I don't get to skin you alive this week.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Tune in next week. Or else.
Ah! Attack!
You know I have the exact same reaction every time I walk on Amanda Plummer in the shower?
Ah!
Wow, this movie isn't dated. So fresh and realistic. Just right with the times. But is there anyone for me to relate to?
My name is John Johnson, but everyone here calls me Vicky.
There we go.
Now, this is something the other tour guides won't tell you. In this particular cell block, Machine Gun Kelly had what we call in the prison system a bitch. And one night, in a jealous rage, Kelly took a makeshift knife and cut out the bitch's eyes. And as if this wasn't enough retribution for Kelly, the next day he and 4 other inmates took turns pissing into the bitch's ocular cavities.
I want to know this person. I want him to read me bedtime stories at night. So Charlie's relationship seems to be going pretty well. It's time for the big test, the double date with your best friend.
I got another one. What's worse? The cable goes out and all you're left with is synchronized swimming on ESPN.
Or stuck on the Bay Bridge in traffic, and you just had 2 really strong cups of coffee and 3 bran muffins.
What's worse? You go to a restaurant, your favorite restaurant, and you order your favorite meal, and you take your first bite, and under the steak is a scabby bin. Or being electrocuted.
This look isn't because of how strange the game is, or how unimaginative being electrocuted is to a man who was buried up to his neck in the corpses of elf babies. This is the look of a man trying to discern if that's the Scaramucci mother from Happy. And it is. Where do you go now once you've impressed the mother of a zombie mob boss? I guess introduce her to your parents?
I give, I'm Charlie's father!
Perfect, or so it would appear. By God, this thing has to be at least 3 months old. Doesn't she throw anything away?
I had a really great time with your family tonight.
That is the look of a man who has just come to terms with the fact that he touched a 3-month-old toilet newspaper. So the paranoia and fear grows as the TV even begins talking about Mrs. X.
Reports an alarming rise in the number of poisoning murders across the United States.
Most common form of poisoning occur between couples.
Also, Harriet says health shake really weird.
It's a health shake.
Who says health shake like that? I wouldn't trust her either.
Just try it. One little sip wouldn't hurt. Take it.
Too easy of a joke. I got nothing. Where was all that stuff hiding? The attic?
I'm just, sensitive. I mean, you didn't drink my shake.
And after all that, they decide to make up, and for some weird reason, some scratchy game comes out, and she begins whispering in his ear sweet nothings.
Charlie, have you ever stood at the edge of a cliff or a subway platform with someone and you thought just for a split second, what if I pushed him?
I don't know whether to be creeped out or aroused.
Maybe just stick a needle.
Take me, I'm yours.
Just these 2. Been dead around here. Elliot, Ralph. Moved to Dallas, disappeared 4 months ago. Body was found in a sewer.
So one of the disappearances has now been confirmed to be a murder. And wait a minute, is that Michael Richards again? This might be a bit awkward.
Oh, yes, I'm insensitive. I'm a very insensitive man. Stop your job. Look at the insensitive man. That's what they're paying you for.
Well, but turns out one of the disappearances was a murder. So, the logical thing, break up with your girlfriend.
I'm sorry. I think you're a terrific woman. I just don't think we should see each other anymore.
Welcome to Dumpsville. Population U.
What does that mean, Charlie? Tell me the truth.
I get that this is trying to be an emotional scene, and I'm trying to go with it, but where he's doing this, I can only hear the Full House theme song. I mean, anyone? Any theorists out there saying these take place in the same universe? Please, I need to hear that. And this calls for another beat poem.
Woman! Whoa, man! Whoa, man! We had love, not just sex. Is she Mrs. X? I had to run for my life.
Jane, get me off of this crazy thing called love.
Ooh, he left the candle lit. Symbolic.
Hello?
What do you do for a living? I am far more suspicious of your comings and goings than Harriet's.
Somebody just turned themselves in for the murder of Ralph Elliott.
Harriet, it's me, Charlie. I'm just a big idiot, all right? Look, I'm gonna go into therapy, okay?
Sweet horny Jesus, that was the quickest second act breakup I've ever seen. But will she take him back? Of course she does. Who wouldn't want an independently wealthy 30-something-year-old man with oodles of time on his hands? That's right, I said oodles. Come fight me.
Oh, no, it's great to meet you. Yes, I love you so much.
He still acts like an ass in front of her friends.
I'm naked, aren't I?
You know who I miss? Stuart.
Shut it!
Ah, music to my ears.
30 years ago today, May and I were married. Some of you were there, some of you weren't born, and some of you are now dead. But we both said I do, and we haven't agreed on a single thing since.
His father's majestic wordsmithing. Yeah, that's a sentence. Don't challenge me. Inspires him to propose to Harriet when, I don't know, day, maybe 2, he just broke up with her.
Marry me.
No.
Please?
And she gives him the look that every woman gives a man who had just broken up with her and suddenly decided to see her again and admitted that he needed therapy.
Why don't we just live together?
Yeah, that's the look of a woman who suspects there's a load 12 gauge behind her ready to go off if she gives the wrong answer. Be it his convincing nature, fear of loneliness, or just fear of him, through mere time dissolve, they are in the middle of their nuptials. Get one of those time dissolves, just get through all the boring shit. And the wisest of all men, Stuart Mackenzie, says what we all want to hear.
If you think I'm sexy, I just want my body.
No, not that.
Let's get pissed!
Truly a king among men. And now Charlie has a beautiful wife, great friends, somehow can afford everything he's ever wanted. What else? What else, Charlie? What else? Oh, and there's evidence she's a killer? God, I hate this man. He has everything. Wait, I got this one. Just kill me softly with her song. Come on, that's gold. Screw you. Anyway, Tony, remember Tony's bullshit problem? Well, he gets his wish.
Oh, you want to hear the news? Well, here's the news. It seems that the old lady that confessed to the murder of Ralph Elliott has also confessed to a couple of other murders.
I knew she would. I knew it.
Right. Well, she's confessed to the murders of Abraham Lincoln, Warren G. Harding, and Julius Caesar. She's a nutcase. A nutcase. You screw this one up, pal, and you'll be writing pocket tickets for the rest of your life. You got that?
Charlie and Harriet honeymoon to Map Painting Manor and are greeted by the weirdest concierge.
I have a headache. Excuse me, do you have a drugstore in the hotel? I want to buy aspirin.
Right up those back stairs, Mrs. Mackenzie. Anything you need. You really think she's got a headache?
Again, Charlie's not that much more normal.
Did you hear that? A storm. We'll be all snugly inside.
Yes, I heard. Weather can be different in other places, Charlie. Now shut the fuck up. The storm actually acts as an important factor in the plot.
The circuits are down due to a storm.
Well, keep on trying, all right? Keep on trying. Tell the chief that I've chartered a plane.
Hey, Paisan! What? You screw up one more time.
Tony can't contact Charlie, so we're introduced to the best pilot on this side of the Mississippi. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Wright as a pilot!
Hey, listen! How long is it gonna take us to get there?
Shouldn't take very long. Actually, I have no concept of time.
Geez, is this dangerous?
No. Well, you know, there's chance in everything.
Once on the ground, he's able to contact Charlie.
They said it was quite urgent.
Oh, thank you. Charlie, listen to me. Harriet is Mrs. X.
Best friend, my ass. Honeymoon cock blocker. Fuck you, Tony. Fuck you. And what the hell's up with this guy?
1 second. What should I do?
Don't worry, when the time comes, you'll know.
Thanks.
And the hotel goers are pretty culty in their desire for Charlie and Harriet to complete the weird hotel tradition and consummate their union.
You can't go yet. You have to wait for the traditional wedding.
There are a lot of traditions here, especially for newlyweds.
Fuck your traditions. I'm a free man. Understandably, and Charlie starts freaking out when he thinks his life is in danger.
Hello?
You two want to be alone.
No, really. Stay for a nightcap.
Sir, I really don't think I should.
Stay for a nightcap!
Why'd he run off? What is that bellboy scene? All the way, Tony's trying to rescue his friend in the most realistic commandeering scene I think has ever been shot.
I would like to commandeer this vehicle. No. What do you mean, no?
At least the guy's nice enough to give him a ride.
Would you mind not doing that?
His marriage is built on trust, and Harriet decides to come clean about being married before. So let's see how that goes.
Charlie. I've been married before.
Oh no!
She gets locked in a closet. Spoiler alert! The crazy one was Amanda Plummer the entire time! Who'd have thunk an actress famous for playing unhinged and unstable characters was the crazy one? And while this is going on, Tony is still being Tony.
Oh, listen, would you mind waiting for me? I may have to apprehend somebody, and if I have to take you into custody, I'm gonna need transportation to the nearest police shop. Thank you!
So let's finish this joint. So Rose chases Charlie out onto the roof in some legitimately suspenseful scenes. Tony bursts in cuffing Harriet and nearly turns his pal into a soprano, leading to the best interrogation scene with an idiot cop.
Let's just take this down a notch.
While booking Harriet, Tony finally sees Charlie and Rose on the roof, and the struggle continues. That face sums up the whole movie right there. The struggle concludes with Rose losing footing, and luckily Tony was there to catch the murderers and bring her to justice. So I'm Goth, and like, subscribe, I don't give a damn. Go, you've stayed your hour. I'm out. This way.